Hey gals and guys, for the first time I'm going to try out Philo for this Christmas season for free Christmas movies, holiday movies, and let's see what they have to offer. Philo is yet another internet-based streaming television service that offers a variety of live and on-demand content, primarily focused on entertainment, lifestyle, and news channels. And there is a pay version, of course. All these streaming services have pay versions, and then you have your free movies, which we're going to spotlight today, and specifically Christmas movies. And these are the 5 movies that we are going to spotlight through Philo today. And as always, I encourage you to look down below and you can link those movies in the description. I provided links for you. And then I also encourage you equally to post any comments you may have about the films that are covered, or maybe post some films that, some obscure Christmas films, maybe films that we don't know about down below in the description, or down below in the comments, I should say. A couple of these films are a stretch to label them as Christmas movies. I add them because they have the look and feel of a holiday film, like for instance Dark Crystal. So let's get into the reviews that we have for the streaming service that is Philo. A Christmas Horror Story is a 2015 Canadian anthology horror film directed by Grant Harvey, Stephen Hoban, and Brett Sullivan. It premiered on July 20th of 2015 at the Fantasia International Film Festival and had a limited theatrical release on October 2nd of 2015, along with VOD release. The film is a series of interwoven stories tied together by a framework story featuring James T. Kirk, Mr. William Shatner, as a radio DJ. And William Shatner is the first thing you see as that radio DJ. This is a good start to a movie, that William Shatner. How can you go wrong with William Shatner? He's pretty much the crypt keeper of this anthology movie, but instead of the crypt keeper, he's just a drunk radio host. This should be called Jump Scare the Movie. There are a lot of them, and none of them are a bit scary. It's a cheap horror movie trick that has been used to death, not only in this movie, but the horror genre as a whole. Stop with the jump scares. They're stupid. The movie is fine. It's watchable. I didn't hate it. Would I recommend it? I suppose for those who like some horror with their Christmas. I wouldn't say it was scary at all. I wouldn't say it was original. It was just kind of blah. I'll forget all about it after this review. It had some good makeup effects. It was shot competently. It was acted okay. It was just a blah. It was just a blah movie. Get yourself a 6-pack, some Jack Daniels, sit down and have yourself some shots or some beers. It doesn't matter if you remember the movie or not. You're not going to remember it anyways if you're sober. Alright, a fantastic movie coming at you. La La Land is a 2016 American musical romantic comedy drama film written and directed by Damien Chazelle. It stars Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone as a struggling jazz pianist and an inspiring actress who meet and fall in love while pursuing their dreams in Los Angeles. The supporting cast includes John Legend, Rosemary DeWitt, Finn Wittrock, and the great J.K. Simmons. Having been fond of musicals during this time as a drummer, Chazelle first conceptualized the film alongside Justin Hurwitz while attending Harvard University together. After moving to Los Angeles in 2010, Chazelle penned the script, but did not find a studio willing to finance the production without changes to his design. After the success of his film Whiplash from 2014, which was also a great movie, the project was picked up by Summon Entertainment. Miles Teller and Emma Watson were originally in talks to star, but after both dropped out, Gosling and Stone were cast. Filming took place in Los Angeles between August and September of 2015, with the film's score composed by Hurwitz, who also wrote the film's songs with lyricist Benj Pasek and Justin Paul, and the dance choreography by Mandy Moore. La La Land premiered at the 73rd Venice International Film Festival on August 31st of 2016 and was released theatrically in the United States on December 9th by Lionsgate. The film emerged as a major commercial success, grossing $472 million worldwide on a budget of $30 million, and received widespread critical acclaim, particularly for Chazelle's direction and screenplay. The performance of Gosling and Stone, the score, the musical numbers, the cinematography, the visual style, costumes, and production design. It went on to receive numerous accolades, including winning a record 7 awards at the 74th Golden Globe Awards and received 11 nominations at the 70th British Academy Film Awards, winning 5, including Best Picture. The film also received a record-tying 14 nominations at the 89th Academy Awards, winning in 6 categories, including Best Director and Best Actress. Stone. In the former category, Chazelle became the youngest winner at age 39 1932. It has since been regarded as one of the best films of the 2010s and the 21st century, and as one of the best musical and romantic films of all time. I can agree with a lot of that. It was a fantastic, great movie, and I loved it. And I wouldn't say I'm a big musical fan, but I did like the movie Grease, and I did enjoy West Side Story, so not against musicals at all. The music in this movie and the performances in this movie were few and far between and used sparingly, so that was a beautiful thing. They just didn't shove in songs to have songs. And all the music and choreography fit with the movie perfectly. It kind of reminded me of, I know this is kind of a stretch, but James Gunn and the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He just knew where to stick the music in, just in the right, perfect places, and this is how this movie is. The music was great. The movie was great. Out of the 30 movies I've watched for these 2024 Christmas reviews, I would say this is by far my favorite out of the bunch. I highly recommend it, obviously. It's a fantastic movie. Even if you're not into musicals, I think you'll like it. Give it a shot. I know it's not technically a Christmas movie, although there are Christmas elements in it, but we're going to throw it in the bunch because it's that great. Make sure you put this on your viewing list for Christmas of 2024, and really any day of the year. Make sure you watch it. It's a great one. So not technically a Christmas movie, but Philo is featuring it. The Dark Crystal is a 1982 dark fantasy film directed by the great Jim Henson and Frank Oz. It stars the voices of Stephen Garlick, Lisa Maxwell, Billy Whitelaw, Percy Edwards, and Barry Dennen. The film was produced by ITC Entertainment and the Jim Henson Company and distributed by Universal Pictures. And the plot revolves around Jen and Kira, two gelflings on a quest to restore balance to the world of Thra and overthrow the evil ruling Skeksis by restoring a powerful broken crystal. It was marketed as a family film but was notably darker than the creator's previous material. The animatronics used in the film were considered groundbreaking for the time, with most creatures like the gelflings requiring around 4 puppeteers to achieve full manipulation. The primary concept artist was fantasy illustrator Brian Fraud, famous for his distinctive fairy and dwarf designs. Fraud also collaborated with Henson on the 1986 fantasy film Labyrinth. The Dark Crystal was produced by Gary Kurtz, while the screenplay was written by David Odell, with whom Henson previously worked as a staff writer for The Muppet Show. And the film score was composed by Trevor Jones. The film initially received mixed reviews from mainstream critics while being criticized for its darker, more dramatic tone in contrast to Henson's previous works. It was praised for its narrative, aesthetic, and characters. Over the years, it has been re-evaluated by critics and has garnered a cult following. I love when movies become cult and popular. All of a sudden, the critics change their minds to go with what the mainstream thinks. An Emmy Award-winning prequel television series, The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, premiered on Netflix in 2019 and lasted for 1 season. The Dark Crystal is a great movie. I remember seeing this in the theater and was blown away. I just wanted to spotlight it in this video because it is a good movie and it is kind of Christmas-esque, I would say. It's something you would watch around the holidays. I'm not going to make a big thing about it. It is a great movie. I do highly recommend it. It is available on Philo, so go ahead and get out there, watch yourself some Dark Crystal. Okay, so these two next movies and the last 2 movies have been staring me in the face since I started reviewing Christmas movies like 3-4 years ago. They both look very lame. However, I was kind of running out of options. I just did The Dark Crystal after all, and that's not really particularly a Christmas movie. So I decided to bite the bullet and finally sit down and watch both these movies. Figured either I'd be entertained or take a nice long nap. At least it was ABC Family and not Hallmark or Lifetime. That had to be a plus. So Snow is an American Christmas-themed film starring Tom Cavanaugh, who I know from the Flash TV series, and Ashley Williams that premiered in 2004 on the ABC television network. It was written by Rich Burns and directed by Alex Zam. Susan Stewart of TV Guide magazine gave the television film a 7 out of 10. Writing that the film is merely cutesy, while Tom Cavanaugh is, quote, seriously cute, which helps as does a stable of amusing secondary characters and a touching lack of sentimentality. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not. Susan Stewart is absolutely correct. The first movie is cutesy, but it was far better than I thought it would be. That doesn't mean it was outstanding. If I compared it to a Hallmark movie, Snow would have been Gone with the Wind or The Godfather. It was fine. I played it in the background while making banners for my website. It wasn't hard to follow, and there's nothing complex about it. It's just a silly, made-for-television Christmas movie that's entertaining enough to maybe put up your Christmas tree with, or wrap some presents with it in the background. It's good background noise and a movie where you can look up here and there and still be able to follow what's going on. It's alright. I suppose I recommend it. The second one, not so much. Snow 2 Brain Freeze is a television film starring Tom Cavanaugh and Ashley Williams again. It premiered on ABC Family in 2008 on their 25 Days of Christmas programming block. The made-for-television film is a sequel to the 2004 television film Snow, which we just talked about. It's 3 days before Christmas, and Nick Snowden forgets about spending early Christmas with his wife, Sandy, due to pressure at work. After a fight, Nick walks through a magical mirror and ends up with amnesia. Now it's up to Sandy to recharge his memory and save Christmas once and for all. But Nick's old nemesis, Buck Seeger, returns and uses Santa's amnesia to his advantage. As the first one was watchable, this one was pretty lackluster and pretty boring. The first was quirky and cute. This one was just blah. The first one was no great achievement. This one is just dumb. I recommend the first movie for casual viewing. You can leave the sequel at the door, put it to bed without dinner, put it in the corner for timeout, whatever you want to do. My meaning is it's not remotely good. Maybe if you like the characters so much from the first movie, you'll enjoy seeing them again. Who's to say? I say I don't recommend this movie like I did the first one, as the first movie was dumb in a fun way. This movie's just stupid in a painful way. Hey gals and guys, so what I do with Philo, and of course I'll have the Philo link in the description, I'll just put in something like Christmas and you can see it right there, it's already there. So put in Christmas or holiday and then just hit movies and that will come up, and obviously it's mostly like this Hallmark crap, but there's some gems in there, and of course hopefully I gave you some gems. Oh, Snoopy Come Home, I didn't see that one. That would be cute to check out. A Boy Named Charlie Brown, I wouldn't exactly call that a Christmas movie, but there it is if you want to check that out. So either that or the holiday. Some of them you have to subscribe to. So for instance, White Christmas, you actually have to upgrade to watch that one. So some are free, some are not. It depends on the situation. So that's it, gals and guys. This is the 6th day for Christmas movies, and the next time is going to be kind of a potluck kind of deal. So it's going to be a bunch of different streaming services just to find some quality ones for y'all. I hope you appreciate these movie reviews and spotlights, and please subscribe and share and like and hit the bell for updates. And one more until Christmas, boys and girls, girls and boys, and I will say Merry Christmas to you next video. So I'll see you next time.